Hello everyone, I welcome you to the official channel for the Flico community. At this moment, I want to begin by saying thank you for joining me once again as we explore the concepts of the community and what makes it so great, unique, and powerful. Okay, right. Once again, as I've always said, as you can see in my background, I'm in the same setting, and it is not the most professional setting, and so my sound is not the best. I think there's a bit of a hollow in the sound, but once again, bear with me. We're going to continue and keep this natural, and we'll grow and become big, and things will be better. All right. So at this moment, in my first two presentations, the first one, you will find a link down there in the description where I introduce you to the thinking, the concept, the idea that gave birth to the Flico community. All right. Where I was talking about the fact that there is a need for us to embark on a purposeful agenda to ensure transgenerational wealth creation, and then the idea and strengthen the idea of continuity. All right, good. The second video presentation that I did, I took you through the that one too. You will find the link right here in the description box. I took you through the plethora of benefits. I call it a bouquet of benefits that's available for everyone that joins this powerful community. It is powerful because it's going to grow and become national. It's going to go across the length and breadth of this country. It's going to be national. We are going to possibly have regional units, district units, and even community-based units where events shall be organized for these blocks as we grow. All right. But before I take you through what I have for you today, I want you to understand that this channel is open. And I want you to help the channel and the community grow by subscribing to the channel, hit the notification bell so that anytime I drop a video, you will be the first person to see it. And the reason why you must do that is because there's going to be a lot of educational materials, presentations over here that's going to open our eyes and our understanding to the matter of finance as it relates to life. All right, great. Yes, and the objective of this community is to ensure that everyone that joins this community is going to attain financial sufficiency, all right, in your lifetime. Okay, where money is not going to be probably the most scarce commodity in your life. Okay, so welcome. We're going to learn a lot today. Just that, as I said, this is the beginning. I wish I could have some screen to do some scribbles and take you through some figures with you. But I'm going to narrate the thing, and I will try and be graphical enough for you to understand it and capture it very well. Okay, yes. That's because I want you to understand that when I talk about transgenerational concepts, when I was talking about why there's the need for us as a nation, okay, to make it a priority to ensure that private businesses outgrow their founders, okay, and this is something we are going to champion in this community, such that businesses that will come on board, entrepreneurs that will come on board, business people that will come on board, we are going to be organizing programs, events, orientation that is going to help members and probably the nation at large how to develop our businesses and make it profitable, not just in our lifetime, but something that will remain when the founders have passed away and is handed over to the next generation, i.e., at least their own children or their own family to carry it on for the next generation to also come and meet it and go on. Now, the reason why this is so important is because this is, if you ask me, the only potent catalyst that is going to ensure that there's always job available for the graduates that we churn out of our various universities and tertiary institutions. Okay, yes. The other day I mentioned something, and I'm saying that this is an open information or knowledge where in this country we are all aware of the impact of the free senior high school policy by the government. Okay, we know of the impact where enrollment has almost doubled, and that is of course resulting in larger numbers of graduates that we are churning out right from our senior secondary school education level. Okay, yes, and I have a case that I make for this issue. Okay, maybe in one of our presentations an issue may come up that will make me veer or go into it a bit. I think it's something that we all need to know that will make us appreciate the trajectory of this country. All right, but let me not take too much time on that. The point is that if we are able to work together and support ourselves and make sure that the little businesses that we've started in our lifetime will grow and outgrow us. Okay, of course, if I build a business and I employ hundreds of people and I'm going to die with the company, what it means is that those 100 people are going to be jobless from then on, and that's going to put pressure on the job market. Okay, so all the time there are just too many people looking for jobs. All right, but when we do it and I'm able to pass it on to the next generation, by the time another 2-3 generations come out of the university, there's already job available for them to be employed. Okay, so that we will not be always grappling with this situation of unemployment. This is my take on this issue of unemployment, and this is my solution, that we need to be pragmatic about how we go about building and sustaining, developing our businesses. Okay, yes. In the same vein, what we are talking about here about the Flico community is something that is founded on the principle of continuity. Okay, yes, on the principle of continuity. Continuity simply means that today, you watching me right now, when you get involved, you immediately begin to enjoy the benefits, okay, whilst you are alive. Okay, so the point is we want to achieve financial sufficiency. So we are doing this at this time in our lifetime. We will enjoy it, we will see the benefits manifest right in our lifetime. Okay, but it will not end there. By the time we are fading out and we pass away, we would have left a legacy of wealth creation for our family to continue, our children to continue, and then it will trickle down to our generations. And of course, the biblical quotation that I always make reference to, which says that a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. And I went on to explain that the Bible was specific or was precise, didn't, as it were, limit it to a certain crop of people or group of people or caliber of people. He only said a good man. And I went on to say that it has nothing to do with it being a businessman, a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, a pilot and all those kind of professions, all those grades, a banker. No, he didn't say a banker have to. He says a good man must leave inheritance for his children's children, right? So what we are doing here, one of the biggest or the core pillars of what we are doing here is to ensure that this scripture is fulfilled in our lives, all right? So that we will not leave the scene as we left it. We will not leave this world as we met it, so to speak. Okay, we will not leave the scene as we met it. So if I came to life and I didn't have anything visible or substantial to as a foundation for my life to build on, whilst I am living, it behoves on me, it is my duty to change that trajectory and make sure that I have done something that my children are going to take it and run with it and pass it on to their children, and it will continue like that. So how is this thing achievable with this community, right? The other video, which you will find it right here in the description box, discusses the benefits, all right? It discusses the benefits. And so I'm going to take one of the benefits and then link it to how this community's benefits will ensure we are able to leave a legacy for our children's children. Okay, now quickly let me scan through or take you through the benefits, and so that I will pick on that one and then connect it with our generational or transgenerational agenda. Okay, very good. The first item when it comes to our benefits is the what we call funeral support benefit. So if you're a member of this community, if your father, mother dies, or even your sibling dies, the community will rise up, mobilize, and support you with an amount of 3,500 cedis. One thing to note over there, which is very unique to this platform or to this community, is that this 3,000 is only in the first 12 year of membership when you qualify for it. Okay, yes. The subsequent years is going to be increasing. Okay, so when you join and you qualify within the first 12 months, 1 year period, you have this money, 3,500 cedis guaranteed for your taking. All right. The second item on our benefits list is hospital medical support, medical bill support. So if you happen to find yourself in the hospital 96 hours and beyond, we will come to your aid with an amount of 2,500 cedis. And we went on to explain that this 2,500 cedis is also it also increases with time. Okay, yes, it has no ceiling. Trust you me, it has no ceiling for now, if nothing at all. Yes, we are going to be very transparent with everything that we do anyway. So do not worry about anything that sounds a bit or that sort of indicates a bit of uncertainty. Okay, yes. So let's go on. Yeah, but then when if it happens that you don't in the year, it's perhaps not going to be you getting sick. It may be your child, okay, on a hospital bed. We are going to advance this money to you so that you will be able to take care of your hospital bills for your child. Okay, yes. We are also considering that even if it is not your child yourself and it's still your parent, and it becomes such critical that we should come in, we are putting things in place, and very soon we will announce it. We will announce if it is possible or not that you can actually access this thing for a parent, okay, for your parent or your mother or your father. Okay, yes, we will consider all those things as we go on. That is because within the 12 calendar months or year, 12 months or 1 year, 1 calendar year, you have access to that money. Okay, it's guaranteed for you. All right, so we can do it like that. Just that When it comes to the hospital one, you don't access it twice in a year or more. It's the funeral support that we give it more than once, because if your two parents should die within a year, we should be able to come to your aid. If a parent or a sibling die within the same year, we should be able to come to your aid. But for the hospital support, it is one and guaranteed in the year. All right, good. So that is the second one. The third one is the emergency fund account that we are going to create, or we create for each member. And I explained it that emergency fund account is something that is strongly advised by financial experts when they are talking about personal finance planning. Okay, so our agenda is to do that for you. That's because we've realized that it is not an easy thing to do. All right, because if you look at the economy, the amount that you are taking as salary, if the financial advisor tells you that equivalent of 6 months of that salary must be in an emergency fund account, okay, so when an emergency strike, you can have access to it. If you look at your expenditure and then what you get, and if it is possible to keep 6 months equivalent in an account, well, to God be the glory. But we've realized that it is not an easy thing to do. It is very difficult. That is why the community has developed that particular benefit for its members, so that life will be easy for us. What it means is that in this community, this is the first way by which you benefit from the community, when it is not like something has happened before you are getting a benefit or the community come to your aid. No, because when this money is there and it matures, you can have access to it and make use of it. Unlike all the other forms of welfare schemes available, where until something happens to you, you don't get anything. This is one of the ways by which you can still enjoy something from the community whilst it is not anything specific that has happened. All right, good. The fourth item is that we've also said that we have put in place structures such that if we are able to, as it were, put money in an investment account for you for emergency situations, we are also able to give dividends to members from time to time. Somebody will ask, how do we get the dividends for members? If we are paying dues in a community like this, the money that comes, there is a way we are going to apply it for it to yield revenue, so that it will be able to do what? Come back to you, the community member. All right. Now, the fifth item is that as a member, you're going to be given an insurance cover of a minimum of a minimum insurance cover of 150,000 Ghana cedis. Okay, and a minimum insurance cover of 150,000 Ghana cedis will be placed on you, so that when the unexpected occur, you wouldn't struggle to take care of yourself, such as critical illness, permanent disability, or death. Okay, yes. There's this thing that I think I didn't make mention of it in, okay, yes, I did, which has to do with retirement benefit as well. Our system is structured such that as a member of this community, when you hit your retirement age and beyond, our system will give you money okay, to spend. Okay, yes, by the time you go on your retirement age 60, 65, thereabout, we can assure you that our systems will be able to give you money to spend, so that you will not have a difficult retirement years. All right, so that one too is there. So the insurance policy we are going to sign you on to has the death benefit, the permanent disability benefit, and the critical illness benefit embedded in it. All right, great. Now, where we connect everything to transgenerational systems or plan, or the continuity plan is where we use this insurance proceeds to create a plan that can actually, if you implement it, all right. I've done these presentations elsewhere, and they ask, after taking them through how the proceeds from the insurance policy can be applied, can be managed such that it will create generational wealth in your lineage, the question that usually comes up is it you who is going to manage the money for my family? It is no for now. It is no for now. All right, it is no for now. It is another branch of financial management that there are laws by which that can be done. When we get to a certain level and we look at our strength and we can do that, we will just engage with the government to give us the license to do that. Okay, whereby it becomes a trust where the process of the insurance is put in a certain account, a trust account for your generations to access it for certain reasons and for certain purposes. Okay, yes. So it's going to be done, and trust you me, this community is going to be powerful because all your financial needs will be taken care of right here. Your financial management needs will be taken care of right here. Okay, this is what we have built this community for. Okay, we are not an investment company. We are not an investment company. We are just going to use financial products on the financial market in this country to get this done. Okay, so we are not an insurance company, neither are we an investment company, but we are going to use products from these institutions to get this thing done. Okay, yes, and that is exactly how this community is going to survive and grow into a mega community for all of us. Okay, yes. Now, when for instance, one unique thing, okay, all these things that I've said are very unique to this Flico community. You can't find it elsewhere in any welfare scheme. Okay, yes. One of the biggest unique thing about this community when it comes to our financial structures, all right, is that the insurance policy we are going to sign you on to, all right, we've said in the previous presentation that the policy that we are going to sign you on to, which is a minimum of 150,000 Ghana cedis, is a minimum because the policy cover is going to be determined by a member's age and one or two other factors. All right, but keep the age in mind. That is what is going to determine how much cover is given to a member, but the minimum is going to be 150,000 Ghana cedis. So let's just say that when you came in, your age and the other factors meant that you are going to be given an insurance cover of, let's say, 250,000 cedis. All right, good. That is for the first year. Take note of this point. That is just for the first year. Okay, every well-structured pure life insurance policy, there is an increment that happens to the cover on annual basis. The technical term for it is ABI, that is annual benefit increment, and then there's an API, which is an annual premium increment. So you realize that every year the amount you contribute as premium on your policy goes up by a certain margin. In the same way, the sum assured or the cover also goes up by a certain margin. All right. Now, with our community, mind you, let me just put in this again, that this thing has been scrutinized so well, with professionals coming into it, looking into it, and offering all the expertise that they have to make this well-structured and workable system. Okay, so whilst on the, let me call it the ordinary policy, it goes up by a certain margin every year until a risk occurs. With ours, this is very unique to ours. Okay, if you start with, for instance, 250,000 cedis in the first year, okay, the amount that is going to be placed on you in terms of the cover in the second year is going to be a double of that amount. That's interesting, right? Good. It's going to be a double of that amount. So for instance, if your first year was 250,000 Ghana cedis, the second year is going to be 500,000 Ghana cedis. What does it mean? It means that should the risk of death occur, and I don't usually want to even talk about death. So the risk of, okay, so there are two ways by which you can look at it. Let's even talk about the death, because we are talking about transgenerational systems and then continuity of life. All right. For instance, if it is death, if for instance a member passes away in the second year, it is not 250,000 Ghana cedis that the members, survivors or beneficiaries are going to get. They are going to get a whopping 500,000 Ghana cedis. In the third year, another 250,000 is going to be added to it, making 750,000 Ghana cedis. By the time we hit the fourth year, the insurance cover is going to be 1 million Ghana cedis. You get it? Good. So in the fifth year, it's going to be like 1,250,000 Ghana cedis. So it goes that way. There's a place that it ends. There's a cut. There's a limit it can go. Okay, good. So, for instance, if a member joins this community and in the fifth year, his cover is 1,250,000 Ghana cedis, for instance, all right, and the person passes away, the insurance company will be paying an amount of 1,250,000 Ghana cedis to the member who has passed away. This is possible. I've said once again that we are in a political era and season, so when you use some of these words, it will sound as though you are doing politics. No, we are not promoting any particular political party over here. Okay, but it is possible. The point is, when that happens, the amount will be paid to your beneficiaries. Okay, so for instance, 1,250,000 cedis has been paid to the family. This is what we believe can create a generational wealth path. All right, so how does it work? So 1,250,000 cedis, let's just say that 100,000 will be used to ensure that a befitting burial is given to the deceased person. All right, how much is left? We're talking about a whopping 1,150,000 Ghana cedis. Okay, for if for instance it is the husband that died, it means that this amount is going to be available for the wife and the children left behind. You get it? Isn't that beautiful? We are talking about a community that is on an agenda to transform our financial lifestyle. All right, so we believe that money answers all things, says my Bible. Maybe it's not in yours. Okay, right. So we are looking at how money can be available to answer everything in our lives. Okay, and now once again, let me espouse this principle that I believe that as a Christian, when you have God, the next thing to have is money. It is money. I will not even talk about education first. It is money, because education is money. You need money to even do education. Okay, so you need money, and that is what we are seeking to do. All right. So, for instance, 1,150,000 cedis has been realized from your insurance policy. How do you manage it? How do you manage it? We are saying that as a virtuous woman who want to do something grand to do a great funeral for your departed loved one, you spend about 100,000 cedis for funeral. We're just using figures to do something, just to let us understand where we are going as a community. All right. I am trusting God for the resources and the opportunity to do this presentation, this particular one, with a screen whereby I will be taking you through figures. And whilst I am doing that, I will let you go along with me, so that you'll be doing the calculations right on your phone or on your calculator, so that you will understand that the figures that we are using here are not something fictitious. Okay, yes, good. So let's say we spent 100,000 on funeral, leaving 1,150,000 Ghana cedis for the family to live on. Okay. So out of the 1,150,000 Ghana cedis, we are going to look at how we are going to make use of this money such that the surviving family is going to live good, yet still have enough money to create a foundation for wealth creation. Okay, yes, good. So, for instance, when the husband dropped dead untimely, for instance, if the family has 3 children, so husband, wife, 3 kids, making a family of 5. One thing you got to notice is that in a family like that, if the husband dies, you know, in the lifetime of the husband, when dinner is set, we serve 5 plates: husband, wife, children, right? 5 plates. If it is fufu, 5 bowls. If it is jollof, 5 plates. Okay. If it is ice cream, 5 cups. If it is KFC, 5 packs. Right. But you realize that in the absence of the husband, when it is time for dinner, it's only 1 plate that is out. But you realize that electricity bill remains constant, water bill remains constant, education bills remain constant, hospital bills remain constant, clothing remain constant, and all other things that makes up a complete living remains constant. But you realize that because the husband is no more, in the absence of a system like this, where such an amount of money is going to be given to the family because of what we are doing, so that they can continue living their lives quite comfortably, in the absence of something like that, the income that is coming into the family because the husband was alive and working, whether a businessman, an entrepreneur, or an employee, that money will no longer come. But you realize that with this money realized as a proceed from the policy we are signing our members onto, you immediately realize that the husband is no longer there or is no more, but this amount has come to replace the income he would have been bringing into the family. You get it? Why is this so important? That's because as a family, the lifestyle depends on the income brought in by the husband and the wife. Because in this modern day, as we all know, The husband is working, the wife is working, so the sustenance of the family is derived from these incomes. Okay, yes. But if the husband dies and there's no such system put in place for the family or for the husband, it means that the income that is coming through the husband's angle is ceased, and therefore life will now become very excruciating and unbearable for the wife and then the surviving children. You get it? That is why we are doing this. But if this is done, and in the scenario that I am describing to you now, I have the presentation right in front of me, but just listen attentively, look at the figures, and you will understand that this is well structured, okay? And it is very, very realistic. We are going to use very moderate systems to let you know how this thing is going to work. Okay, so 1,150,000 Ghana cedis is the proceeds that is remaining after the funeral. Okay, good. Now these children, one is 10 years, one is 7 years, one is 5 years. Okay, very good. Now we are going to simply have to create an investment account for the first child, or for the children, let me put it that way. Okay, now we thought through this and we realized that in as much as for instance, when we are distributing inheritance among children, in almost every case we try to ensure that the elderly one gets something more than and it goes down in that values. But the agenda here is to ensure that every child starts his or her life equally. So we have 3 children, and then these 3 children are going to start their life with a certain stated amount. We decided to make sure that all of them starts at the same level. Okay, so we have 1,150,000 Ghana cedis left. What do we give to these children? We are going to set up investment accounts for each one of them. Okay, now this investment account that we are setting for the children is something that is done elsewhere. Okay, and that is why in some societies children grow up to meet, or to meet, for want of a better word, let me just be a bit local, right? Grow up to meet some amount of money in the account to begin with their life with. Okay, yes, that is the kind of thing we are trying to do here. So we took out an amount of 190,000 Ghana cedis and put it into, for instance, a treasury bill account. Okay, which is perhaps the most safest investment product on the market. Okay, so let's just use something like treasury bill. Today, if you go online, you will see treasury bill. I think it's hovering around 2027 thereabout, between 20 and 27 thereabout. But in this calculation that I'm using to do this presentation, I've used only 15% per annum. All right, meaning that when the money is dropped into that account, every year 15% will be added to it. 15% will be added to it, and it is going to be what investors or invest in investment we say rollover, particularly when it comes to something like what do you call it, treasury bill, with the compounding interest effect. Okay, so in year 1, by the end of year 1, 15% of 190,000 cedis will be added to that 190,000, and it is pushed into the investment again. So rollover and then compounding interest. So it will be going on like that. Now, what are we doing? We are saying that in the upbringing of children to adulthood, we said that a child is supposed to enter university probably at age 19, for instance, or probably 12, 20. But if you do 19 years, what it means is that if you do 4 years, the child would have completed university by age 24 or 23. Okay, so even if we let's use 20 age 20 and then 4 years, that means 24. So the child completes university age 24. He's going to do national service for 1 year. By the time he's done with national service, he will be 25 years. All right. This is when this child or this young man or young lady is going to begin life, searching for a job or starting his or her professional life. Okay. So at age 26, you've entered into the job field. So we are saying that all things being equal, when there's enough money at home to sponsor the child through at least degree level, the child will become matured at age 26, 27. So we are saying when we put the money into the investment account for the child, he or she is not going to have access to it until age 27. Okay, until age 27. So take note of this. So with an amount of 190,000 cedis into an investment account when the child was age 10, it means that if he is only going to have access to this investment account at age 27, it means the money is going to be in that investment account, yielding profits and rolling over with the compounding effect, compound interest effect. The money is going to be in the account for 17 good years. Okay. Now, at the rate of 15%, by the time this son at age 10, when the father died, age 27 years, this investment account would have yielded a minimum of 2 million Ghana cedis for the child to start his life at age 27. Yes. I have said that we have used moderate standard forms of investment calculations and rates to do this thing. Okay, so imagine you yourself starting life at age 27, and before you say jack, you have this amount in an account waiting for you to use to build your life. Having gone through education through university level, you've done your first degree. With 2 million, like some people do, you can easily pay for every education anywhere to do your masters. That is if you want to go that trajectory. But even beyond that, if you want to start business, this money is available to start business. Anything you want to do, you get it. We are talking about transgenerational systems and how we can create a wealth creation path, a foundation for wealth creation. So if this child has started life with 2 million cedis and is an intelligent person who is business minded and has 2 million Ghana cedis, he can immediately go into entrepreneurship, find some great idea, explore, and then the money will come, provided good managerial practices are employed, so to speak. All right, so that is the kind of thing we are doing. Now, if this gentleman starts life with 2 million Ghana cedis, we will get to a point where he will also be able to put some amount of money into an investment account for his child, as for him, right from day one. He didn't get that opportunity. He got it only when he was 10 years and above. Okay, yes. But because he now has enough money to start life with, by the time his first child comes, he has enough money to put some good amount of money into an investment account for the child. You get it? Transgenerational systems. Transgenerational systems. That is TGS. TGS, Transgenerational Systems. That's what we're talking about here in the Flico community, right? Good. Now, so the first child, who was 10 years at the time of the father's departure, got how much? 190,000 cedis invested for him. The second child, who was at age 7, was given 125,000 cedis into an investment account. He is 7 years. He's supposed to have access to this investment account at age 27. What it means is that his investment is going to be there for 20 good years. At the same interest rate of 15%, she also starts life with 2 million plus some few cedis. You get it? With 2 million plus some few cedis. There is something technical over here, and I'm not sure if I have enough time to do that. But that is how it is. So the third child, who was 7 years at the time of the father's death, gets 125,000 cedis, put it in an investment account at an interest rate of 15% for 20 years. She begins life with 2 million Ghana cedis. Okay, that's a girl. When I'm doing my presentation on the screen, you will see. Okay, so if you're a young lady and by the time you are 27 years, you have this amount of money in your account to start life with, tell me, what is it you cannot do? Right? Good. This is possible. TGS that we have designed here is workable. The TGS we've designed here is workable. The Flico Community TGS is workable. All right, it's workable. So the third child, all right, was 5 years at the time of the father's departure, and he was given 95,000 Ghana cedis into an investment account. Now, to access it at age 27, it means that her money is going to be in the account for 27 years. Now, one thing with investment, as you may well know, is that investment which requires time to grow. It requires time to grow. Investment requires time to grow. So, 95,000 Ghana cedis into an investment account for 22 years, she starts life with 2 million plus. Okay, that's how beautiful it is. So all these three children, by the time they are the 28, 29, 30, that they've also begun bearing children, all right, they are going to be able to put some good amount of money into an account for their children, all right, and then life will continue in that same trajectory. Okay, yeah. So this is what we are doing with the Flico Community Concept. You get it? Isn't that beautiful? So the husband died, leaving the wife and 3 children. We've done investment for the first, second, third child, or the children, all right? Now, what do we do for the wife, who is going to be taken care single-handedly by the wife? We are saying that the wife is also going to retire at some point in her life. So we are going to also put money into an investment account for this woman, so that by the time she entered her retirement age, all right, she also doesn't struggle to now come and depend on the children to survive, like it is happening almost everywhere in this country, in almost every family, right, where the retirees depend on the unretired in their lineage. All right, good. So we want to see how we will change that aspect of our life in this country as well, where parents are always depending on their children who are starting life. So in this case, so you realize one of the reasons why we are unable to develop at a good pace is that when children grow and they begin life and they found one job or the other, earning 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, parents' burden is rolled onto them. And so the little they are earning in their profession or in their job, some good amount of it is going to taking care of parents. What if we have this system? My God. We have this system and the mother is so sufficient financially, whereby the children will only come around to celebrate birthday, one anniversary or the other. This. That's nothing. Yeah, but it shouldn't be that your whole livelihood is dependent on your children, whose income is just about nothing to write home about. You get it? We are using this system and this community to change that one as well. It is possible. TGS, Transgenerational Systems. All right? Transgenerational Systems. Right. It is workable. It is doable with the Flico community. Okay. So the wife is going to have an amount of 140,000 cedis put into an investment account purposely for her retirement. Okay. Very good. Now, we assume that at the time the husband passed away, the wife was at age 41. All right, this is an assumption. Okay, at age 41. So if retirement age is 60, it means that the money in the wife's investment account is going to be there for how many years? 19 years. Okay, at the same 15% standard interest rate. By the time the woman is age 60 and have retired, she's going to have a whopping 1,992,000 Ghana cedis plus in that account for her to enjoy life and not to depend on the children. All right, that's how beautiful this is going to be. TGS, it is possible with the Flico community. Very good. Okay. You, the woman watching me now, tell your husband to sign up onto this. You, the husband watching me now, sign up and sign your wife on immediately. I have stories to tell. And I will show you why the wife also must sign up. Okay, because what I have just described can happen on the other side of the coin. It may be the wife also dropping along the way, and then the husband will also have access to this money to be able to help him take good care of the children that he brought into this life with the departed wife. Okay, yes, it is beautiful, and our lives are going to change for the better, for good, for the rest of life on this earth. And generational wealth would have been created, and therefore life is going to be good for our generations yet unborn. Right? Wow, isn't this beautiful? Join me and let's get this thing done. And I have said, the wealth of the family is the wealth of the country and vice versa. Okay, if the governments are looking at growing our economy for our economy to reach the levels of the Western world, okay, let's focus on the family. Okay, let's focus on the family. And the Flico community is focusing on the family to get this thing done. Because when the family is rich, the country is rich. All right? When the family is rich, the country is rich. And when the family is rich, that's where you realize that little skills that our children have, they will get the support to develop them and create something mega out of it. Yes. And when they create something mega out of it, it emanates into mega companies, mega businesses that are going to employ a great number of people. And then the businesses are going to survive. And then it is going to create everlasting employment. The other day I was talking about companies like Nestle, Coca-Cola, Kempinski, the KFCs and the rest. The multinational companies that are established in this country, creating jobs for us. They were started by individuals in their countries. And they've managed to carry them on until now. And they have come to establish branches here, creating jobs for us. And we are unable to create transgenerational systems like what they've done. What if we can do this for ourselves? That is how this country is actually going to break free from economic hardship. I can assure you, this is my proposition for economic growth in this country. All right, good. So we are done with investment for first child, second child, third child, and we've done one for the mother or the wife, right? Great. What next? A total of 550,000 cedis has gone into investment out of the 1,150,000 we got from the insurance policy that we are signing our members on to. Oh yes, great. So when we did that, the remaining amount is a whooping 600,000 Ghana cedis. I don't want to mention the whole Ghana cedis to confuse me. So if you don't understand, find somebody to explain it to you. All right. Yeah. So we have 600,000 Ghana cedis left. And how do we make use of this money? Okay. All these things are proposed plans how we can create transgenerational systems in our families to create wealth. All right. And when we create wealth for our families, it becomes wealth of the nation. No two ways about that. Tell any financial expert or economist to tell me what I'm saying is not true. All right, good. So what we've said is that out of the 600,000 Ghana cedis left, let's drop 100,000 Ghana cedis into a savings account for housekeeping. Okay, for housekeeping. And then the remaining 500,000 Ghana cedis is going to be put into a treasury bill account. All right, the 500,000 Ghana cedis will put into a treasury bill account. Now, if the treasury bill is at a minimum of even 15% per annum, which is the rate we are working with, all right, on annual basis, every year, that treasury bill account will yield 75,000 Ghana cedis for the families. That is true. When I'm doing this presentation on a screen where you will see these figures with your naked eyes, I will be taking you through how to do the calculations yourself to see how this is doable. Treasury bill is a common thing we all know, and we know treasury bill has an interest rate, and the rate is in the open. But we are saying that in as much as even today, the interest rate on the treasury bill hovers somewhere between 20 and 27%, we are saying that we are using only 15% for this calculation. And when we use this 15% for this calculation, and I will show you how to do it, you will realize that the figures we are talking about is more than possible. Yes, it's more than possible. You get it? It's more than possible. So every year, 500,000 Ghana cedis in the treasury bill account will yield a minimum of 75,000 Ghana cedis. And I'm talking about 15% per annum. For instance, if it is 27%, you can see that this money will be probably almost double. Yes. So this 75,000 Ghana cedis, it is the husband who died, and then this money has come into the family, and this is how we are applying the money prudently. Okay, good. So 75,000 cedis out of the treasury bill account every year. If you take that 75,000 and divide it by 12, i.e. the months in the year, it means that each and every month, the husband is contributing a minimum of 6,250 cedis into the family, even though he is dead. Even though he is dead. So today, for instance, if we have a member who is joining this community and you are using, I will get to how much we are going to be paying to join this community very soon, okay? Out of your salary to join this community, you realize that 6,250,000 cedis is perfectly a replacement of the husband's monthly income into the family. It is true. Perfectly. Okay? So if you have such a system put in place for your family before the untimely thing occurred, you will realize that this is how your income that you were bringing when you were alive has replaced your income that you would have lost because you are not alive into the family. So the family can conveniently continue to live the very kind of lifestyle you introduced to them when you were alive. This is how beautiful the Flico community has structured its plan for its members. You get it? Good. So let me go forward. The ones we've done is the first generation of your offspring, that is your own children who have survived you, okay, with this amount of money realized from the insurance policy we are signing our members onto for your family. Okay, very good. Now I was talking about the fact that, in relation to the TGS, okay, the transgenerational systems. Hey, transgenerational is actually one word, so it's actually anyway. All right, we are doing it. Okay, we are doing it. Isn't it beautiful? Good. So, if we look at the children of this man in this family, when they started their life at age 27, all of them started life with 2 million cedis plus each. Okay, so you started working age 26, 27, and then you give yourself maybe some 2-3 years to marry. So you marry at age 29, and by age 30 you've given birth to your first child. All right, very good. You having 2 million cedis in your account, and you are living on it, and you are working. So if you are working, you don't actually even need to touch this money. Prudently, you don't even need to touch this money. But if you find a business that you are going to do, you can touch the money and do the business with. And so if we say that we are doing business, for instance, it means that this 2 million is actually going to grow. Okay, so if you have your first child at age 30 and you give birth to the child, by the time on the day that you are celebrating the child's first birthday, that day you take some amount of money out of this reserve that was created for you, and also open an investment account for the child at age 1. I'm talking like some my boss be at age 1. So you put some amount of money into an investment account for your child at age 1, and we are proposing that with you having that amount of money reserved for you for your first child at age 1, take only 200,000 out and put it in an investment account for this beautiful boy of yours at age 1. Okay. If the child is going to access that money at age 27, like we did for the first children, okay, what it means is that this 200,000 Ghana cedis is going to be in that investment account for how many years? 26 good years. Woo! At the same standard interest rate of 15%. 200,000 cedis for 26 years. Ask me how much that child will be worth by the time he is age 27. A whopping 7.5 million Ghana cedis. That is what your child is going to start his or her life with. Yes. So that is how beautiful this system has been created. 7.5 million Ghana cedis. That's what your second generation is going to start life with. Viewers, forgive me, I am in my office and one of my colleagues just came in to come and do one or two things. Okay, yeah, so forgive me, I'm in my natural state, so let's get going. All right, so you got involved with the Flico community, right? And then you got, unfortunately, some untimely death occurred, and then your child got some amount into an investment and started life with 7 million, all right, with 2 million. Your child's child, that is your grandchild, using the same transgenerational system, your grandchild is going to start his life with a minimum of 7.5 million Ghana cedis. Jesus Christ. Woo! I'm dreaming. Just look at it. Imagine yourself, imagine your own life. If at the time you started life, you had 7.5 million cedis in an account in your name, you have absolute control over it. How will life be for you? Let us create this. Sorry, I'm making noise. Let's create this for our generations. This is the legacy that this community is being built to create, which is going to transform our family financial wealth lives. And the word is coming. Okay? Yes. Let us do this. Let us do this. Let us do this. Let us do this. Okay? So that is your grandchild starting life with how much? 7.5 million Ghana cedis. So your great-grandchild, we are proposing, using this same system, that great-grandchild begins life at age 1. We are proposing that because the family's wealth is growing, this child is going to be given 500,000 Ghana cedis in an investment for him. For 26 years, this 500,000 would have grown to a whopping 18.9 million. That is 19 million cedis approximately. This is what I'm talking about, my friend, as you are listening to me. Do not think that this is impossible. Never, never, ever. Never, ever. I beg you, in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Master Savior, in the name of our God, our Father in heaven, do not ignore this and think that this is some hoax, this is some scam, this is something cooked to lure you into something. Get anybody you know as an investment expert and let us ask him to do with his own calculator and let him use even current figures on our financial markets. No, that one will even blow you off. Let them use this same information we are giving you. Okay? And you'll realize that what we are talking about, it's overly possible. It is just too possible. Okay? Too possible. Too possible. Alright? This is truth. Okay, so my friend, my brother, my sister watching me now, this is what we've set out to do. This is what we have set out to do. This is what I, the founder of this community and the promoter, I have done. And I am dead confident that this is going to happen in my family. In my introductory video presentation, I said that I didn't start life with anything except the little education you were giving me and the fact that I was born and bred in church. That's all that I started life with. Very valuable. And I can assure you that it is out of these two that I have had this kind of understanding to be able to create a platform like this. Now, this understanding that I have that is helping me to create this platform, it means that I am going to change the trajectory of my family for centuries to come until Christ appears. Okay, yes. So please, I beg you, I'm pleading with you, watch this video as many times you can. But of course, like I've said, this is the beginning. This is my office. It is not a professional setting, and so I don't even have the resources to do the presentation on the screen where you will see the figures that I'm talking about and show you how the calculations were done to arrive at these figures. But it is possible. All right, good. So I beg you, subscribe to the channel right now. I beg you. Even if you are confused, subscribe to the channel so that you will take time and watch the video again and again. And then, of course, when you subscribe, hit the notification bell so that anytime a video drops, you will get notified so you come and hear more of this. Okay, good. Now, the next thing I want you to do is immediately pick up your phone and take these numbers and reach out to me, reach out to us. 059 414 2920. 059 414 2920. And then connect if you have any further questions to ask, and immediately get signed on for yourself in your lifetime and for your generations yet unborn. And the legacy would have been created by you. That is why I said that your name is going to be on the walls of your children and your children's children and your children's children's children and your children's children's children, and you will continue. That grandpapa is the source of our wealth. Good. Granddad Casey is the source of our wealth. Mention your name. Granddad so and so, grandma so and so is the source of our wealth. And what did you do? Simply getting involved in a community like this. Yes. Now, look at the picture I have drawn for you. So you want to ask, with all this, what at all are we going to be paying? And how is the payment going to be done? I've spoken quite a lot. I've actually exceeded 1 hour in this presentation. The amount required for every member to pay on monthly basis is I was trying to use some word, okay? It's just 250,000. Hey, did I say 50,000? I better go. No. All right. It's just 250 Ghana cedis a month. Just 250 cedis a month. This is a community with an agenda to break the back of poverty in our lives and in our families. If you were in your church last Friday in the course of the week, today is Friday, you are going to go to church, or you went to church before you came to listen to this video, and you were praying about wealth. You were telling God to give you money so that you can do something for humanity, for your family, for your children. This is an answered prayer for you. Because I also prayed and God gave me this idea, which I have used to create this platform for you to join. Okay, so it's only 250 cedis a month. But there are some some amazing truth about this, and the facts or factors connected to this dues that we are paying. And let me explain. That the 250 cedis a month that you are paying, if you do the maths, you realize that is that is 250 Ghana cedis times 12 in a year. That is only 3,000 cedis. Only 3,000 cedis. And I'm begging you, 1st November is when I'm making this presentation. We are entering the Christmas season. And every Christmas season, there are things that happen that makes it possible that kind of money comes into the system. You are going to be getting money from today, and I pray God to give you breakthroughs so that within this week, within this month, you will call and then begin to pay your 250 cedis. And when some money comes, just pay the 3,000 cedis and take your hands off. And then we'll take you through the process, and then you will get yourself included in the community. Okay, and then the insurance policy will be issued for you, and we'll take you through how all those things are going to be done. My subsequent presentations, I'm going to explain the enrollment procedure and what people are expected to do. Okay, yes, only 250 cedis a month. Only 250 cedis a month. Okay, and then you'll be enrolled into the community, and then you'll join the platform, and then all the benefits that I'm talking about will become yours for the taking. All right, good. So if it's 250 cedis a month, then it's 3,000 cedis a year. You can choose to pay the 250 cedis a month. You can choose to pay the 3,000 cedis and take your hands off for the year. But the next big thing about this is that the dues we are not paying the dues for life as long as we live. Oh my God. I know what I've done. And I believe I have done something that is going to change your life. It's taken me 3.5+ years to come to this point where I am confidently and comfortably seated in my office doing this audio presentation or video presentation to you. All right? It's taken me a lot, night upon night, cracking my brains, doing calculations, scribbling papers, talking to people, consulting experts, finance people, investment experts. Only 250 Ghana cedis you are going to pay. And the good thing is that your money is not coming into my pocket. No sensible financial experts will do that to help me create something like this, and the money will come to my pocket. It's not coming into my pocket. The dues you are going to be paying is actually what we are going to use to sign you onto the insurance policy. Okay, yes, and the rest will follow. Let's do this. Now, the great thing is that when you pay the 250 cedis a month or the 3,000 cedis to cover 1 year, this payment for each member is going to linger on for only 3 years. All things being equal, if God permits life. Okay, so if you join and you pay year 1, by the grace of God, nothing happens. And then we go into year 2. You pay for the year 2. Nothing happened by the grace of God. You go into year 3. You pay for the year 3. And nothing happens. Mind you, we've already put in place systems that is going to even make you experience something whilst all other things remain. Okay? Yes. But when you pay the 3rd year, I am telling you, mark my words, this video is going to be here. And you can also download it and save it somewhere for evidence sake. Save it somewhere for evidence sake. Yes. So that after the 3rd year, you will not be required to pay any such amount anymore for the rest of your life in the community. I say it this way just for you to get it right. Okay. If you are paying it on monthly basis, you pay for the first year, pay through the first year, you pay through the second year, you pay through the third year, the fourth year, you will not be required to pay anything. The community will take over. Because mind you, the money is going into the insurance policy. So if it's going into the insurance policy and you've not made any claim, and which of course, traditionally you are required to be still paying what we call premium for the policy. The premium that we are paying on the policy through the community is the community that is going to take over that. You will leave it for us and we're going to handle that for you. Viewers, my friend, my brother, my sister, if this is not good enough, tell me what it is or what could be. There's an advert on radio that they ask, what is better than money? And the response is more money. All right, yes. It's not an advert I would recommend for you to follow anyway. To follow that one, come here first. All right, yeah. Let's help secure our finances. Let's help secure our finances. Let's help secure our finances. And this is what I'm calling you to join me and let's do together. You see, there's power in unity. There's power in togetherness. And there's power in numbers. What we are doing is a matter of the power of unity, the power of togetherness, and the power of numbers. Please, on this note, I am asking you, I'm begging you in the name of God, share this video and insist on them to watch. Don't share it to just about anybody, but share it to people you care about. People who have families that they go out on daily basis to go and work hard and come and feed. People that you know they have children. Now listen to me. This is where I'm going to go into a bit of insurance gimmicks. That is because what I am doing, I have learned a lot about it. If your friend who has 2, 3 children, they pass away, will you be able to look on for those children to suffer? I believe no, because you have a good heart. You who is listening to me and watching me now, if your brother who also have children is not aware of this, share the video with them. Insist on them to watch. But most importantly, insist on them to join. Because death occurs. Death is constant. It may not happen now. It can happen tomorrow. It can happen tomorrow next. But it is constant. I have stories to share. This video is getting too long, but I have stories to share. That is why you can always come back to this place to come and hear more. Okay? Yes. If your brother unfortunately passes away, it is you who is going to take care of their children. It is you. You, husband, watching me, sign up for the sake of your children, so that if it should happen, I have presentations and stories to tell. Your children will not suffer in the hands of some innocent people who will maltreat your children because you didn't put things in place for their upkeep in your absence. And for you, the wife, insist on your husband to sign up, because if it happens, you are the one who is going to bear the brunt. All the burden is going to come on you. Mr. Husband, insist on your wife to join, because wives also die prematurely. It happens every day. Wives also get stroke. It happens every day. Today, stroke and some of those critical illnesses that this policy covers, it happens to young people. Yes. I know of a story that a young lady who left Kumasi visiting her boyfriend in Accra here, in the bus, dropped. When they got to the hospital, she was diagnosed of stroke. Yes, it happens. And I can tell you stories of my friends who died prematurely. 3 in the last 3 months. 2 of them one has 4 children, one has 3 children. I have pictures I can show you, but I have to take permission. But you see, these things are there. I'm not here as an insurance agent. I'm not here as an insurance company. I'm not here as an investment advisor or promoter or whatever it is. But I'm creating this community where we are going to use the power of these 3 things that I've spoken about: togetherness, unity, and numbers, to get this thing done for ourselves. You can't do it all by yourself alone. It is difficult. I already have those things done for myself. So my children, if God calls me today, and I won't be scared to say this, I know I'm going to live 150 years before I die. But I'm saying that if it should happen, my children will not cry the other type of cry. And they will not suffer in my absence. No two ways about that. Why not you too? But I know it is difficult. So come, let's work together and get this thing done. Okay. So only 250 Ghana cedis per month and 3,000 cedis per annum or per year. Get involved and let's get this thing running. It's going to be big. It's going to be mega. But most importantly, we are going to create wealth generationally, which will make an impact on the nation's economy. You get it? Yes. This is what I'm calling you to come and join me. Let's do. Okay, for ourselves and our generations. So I've shown you how much is going to go into it. I've shown you how the payment is going to be done. And I've shown you how long will the payment be. All right? Good. Thank you for making time to listen to me. I'm very grateful for your time and spending power and data to watch. But let it remain there. Let it yield profit. Get in touch. The numbers once again: 059 414-2920. You can connect on WhatsApp, and then I'm going to leave a link over here. You just click on that one too, and then you connect directly to our WhatsApp channel. Okay, thank you so much. I'm ending it here, but stay tuned. Hit the notification bell, subscribe, and share the video for me so that it will go viral, and let's make this thing bigger for ourselves. Thank you. I end it here. Adios. Bye-bye.